Welcome back to Barnes Automotive Design. Today we're getting redemption. If you saw my last video, I attempted to, it was my first attempt at making forged carbon fiber. So this was the mold that we used previously. It's a PETG mold with 50% infill. It's a three-piece mold. So these pieces had bolted together, and then I packed it with carbon, and then this piece compressed in to forge the part. A couple issues we ran into is there's this radius on this top edge, and when it's seated against there, carbon got pinched in between there and caused buckling on that surface and buckled this top portion in, leaving a deep recess along the part. I could probably salvage this part, but I'm not going to. I want to make a perfect part, so that's where we're at today. Here is the new mold. It's a 5-piece mold, so what we have here is 2 dowel pins, so these will be pressed together. This piece bolts up here. Then I will be able to pack out, 2/3 of the mold. There's a insert that goes in here that hollows out the middle of the part. This component bolts on here. I can pack the rest of the carbon and epoxy in. These will obviously be sandwiched together. And then there's this compression part that will seat in here and compressing it into the final shape. So there's the idea. I think it's a better mold design than the previous one. Let's get to the shop and get molding. I have all the components sprayed down with release wax and partially assembled, so I'm going to be doing the layup like this. I'm going to be filling part of the mold, and then this piece will be bolted on, this piece will be pressed in, kind of like we talked about earlier. So now let me get into, I'm going to weigh out the resin, mix that up, and we'll start doing this layup. If you want to see me going into kind of more detail on kind of how much carbon I used and resin, go back and check out the other video because it's the same quantities there. It's just obviously we're doing the new and improved mold design. Comment down below on what you guys think about the whole time-lapse deal. Do you like seeing the time-lapse? Do you kind of like seeing the process as I go through these layups? Or would you like me to just kind of speed through it and save the 15 or 20 seconds that you guys, watch this? I don't know if you guys skip through it or what you do. Okay, so we're slowly clamping it up. See, I'm just doing like a half turn on the C-clamp every 45 seconds to a minute or so. You can see the epoxy oozing out. Turning out pretty good so far. Well, that mold is curing. Here's one of the other future projects we got going on the channel. I just finished chamfering all these edges. I polished this part up this morning. I polished it up to 600 grit and then hit it with some Scotch-Brite. So if you want to see what this turns into and my future projects, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be cracking open the mold this morning. This piece did fail on the heel back here. I believe I did get it to seat the full way in, but let's get all these bolts out, get this piece off, and see what the part looks like. Maybe get some better lighting in here for you guys too. Okay, that should help you guys to see a bit better. All right, let's see if we can't get this to pop now. Oh, look at that beauty. All right, will it come apart the rest of the way? That part's looking real good. We dig that wax out of there, and then maybe we can pop the rest of this out. Okay. So I suppose you can see that did not compress in all the way. That was supposed to go, you know, flush. Let me see if I can tap that out of there. Okay, so it did buckle and did not go in all the way. So there is a bit of a slight uprise on the part there, but overall this is beautiful compared to the last one. I'll clean it up a little bit and show you guys kind of up close in a bit. Bringing you guys in close, you can see the mold fared pretty well. The only piece that didn't really was this back compression piece that, you know, compressed in there. So I think I will be able to reuse this mold. The only thing I'll have to reprint is this piece. Here's the part. You can see that since this part buckled, it left sort of a, you know, it's up higher. It didn't compress all the way. But overall, this part looks a lot better than the last one. So I'm gonna clean this one up a bit and kind of show you guys from there what we're working with. I had a moment to get this sanded up and kind of cleaned up a little bit. There is a few divots, but with the next coat of resin, those will fill in nice. I really am liking the textures on this a lot. And that's gonna do it for today's video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one.